Good day everyone, and welcome to another On the Bench segment here, Sport Fishing on the Fly. Today I'm going to tie up one of my all-time favorite patterns, a leech pattern here. I've been working on improving it over the years. The leeches are so very basic, but if one here I really like, and I'm going to share with you how I tie it. It's a version of my newest version of my ultimate leech, and it's a great representation. I like the coloration of it. It's got a great little underbody. It's nice and slender. One thing we usually find that is an error on a lot of tying leech patterns, we get them a little too thick. So I'll just go over the materials we need to tie this fly. I'm going to start with some Daiichi. This is size 8, 2220 streamer hook. You can use size 10s also, is a nice size, 12s if you like, to match the size of your leeches. Colorations you can change out as well. This I'm going to be using some red, kind of a burgundy glass lined beads. And for the body, we are going to be using on this fly here, this is Spirit River. It's a UV Seal X. You can use straight seal or Angora, whatever you like. I like the Seal X here. It's got some nice coloration blended into it. You can also go with the Arizona semi-seal blends. There's some really nice blended colorations in there. There's a super amount of colors from John Romer. And underbody is one of my secrets I like to share with you on that, is going to be this Flashabou. And it is a maroon, colored a kind of a cranberry Flashabou. It's a magnum size, a little thicker. 3284 is the color. And if you can get your hands on some of that, please do. It's a great color. You can use it for chronomids and many other patterns. I just think that color combination is awesome. And then we'll use some 020 lead for the front and some Solarex to cure the fly. Okay, we'll go get our hook on the vise here. We'll start putting a red glass bead on our hook. Right when I'm done tying it too, I give the hook a little bend there, so it's just got a little bit of a shape to it. So it undulates. It looks really good in the water. Oh, and also another item we need to talk about is Semperfli. We have some 0.1 millimeter red wire, and with fine red. That's a nice soft wire, easy to spin our dubbing brush. So we'll continue on here. We'll get our thread is going to be some 6/0 thread. I'm just going to lay a little bit of a base on there. We'll come in here with some wire. You can spin this up on the Norvise if you want. I'm going to take about 20 turns or so, get about the front half of the shank covered. And you get the thread on the bottom. That thread or the lead won't roll around on you. It's pretty secure right there right now when you put it over top the lead wire, so that's a little tip too sometimes. Save it from rolling around on you. I'll grab some of my Seal X here. And I'm just going to grab a little pinch and then roll that in my fingers. Tie that in at the rear. Fold it back over itself. That'll give you a nice little tail. Done a lot of flies with marabou as well. This has got a nice, really slender appearance, and I think that is really critical on these flies. Now we'll come in here with some wire. This is their Semperfli wire here. Got a good generous piece of that. I'm going to tie that right at the end. This is going to create my wire dubbing brush. You guys, if you don't have a rotary vise like this, you can make yourself a dubbing block. You can buy them. They're quite reasonable. Dubbing brushes are becoming very popular. There's many uses for them. I like my Norvise. Makes it quite quick to make a dubbing brush on them. I'll be doing a lot of flies with those dubbing brushes as long as we go. Let's keep following my videos. Okay, now I've got my Flashabou tied in here. Just going to take my thread to the front, just get it out of the way, take a half hitch, and then hang my thread out of the way here. I'm going to just cover the hook, get this Flashabou color on the shank, and make sure I got lots. I'm going to use it all. There, I've got it covered on the shank. Doesn't have to be super tapered or anything like that. We're going to just basically use this for the coloration. And then I'm going to take my black thread to the back over top of it, just race it back some wide turns. Won't really notice anything there at all. But that is a really nice underbody color. You'll see that more in the water when you get it wet. Okay, then I'm just going to take a half hitch here and then bring in my little dubbing block or dubbing table for this one. Have my UV Silex again. Get my fibers nice and lengthy here, pull them out so they're nice and straight and quite sparse. I'm putting on very little, not very much material there at all. And then I'm going to reverse wrap this. I'll get a dubbing brush going here. When it's tight, I can feel it starting to turn on my fingers. I stop. I'm just going to wrap that little bit of wire at the rear. Just that's my tie-in point. Brush out my brush. Get these fibers. That holds the fibers really nice and perpendicular to the wire. It's perpendicular and it stands out. Looks really good in the water. You can see, and then I'll pull them down to the side. I've got all my nice fibers on this one side of my brush. I'm going to take, you can take just regular cement if you want. Coat your body of your fly at this point. This is going to give it a lot more durability again. And we'll just get a turn at the back. I'll tease these out. I'm making very wide turns as I'm teasing my material back. You see, I'm very wide turns. I'm not touching at all. I'm probably leaving half the shank exposed, so you'll see that Flashabou underneath, and just tie it off right at the front and behind the glass bead. I'm going to use Solarez. Now if there was just going to be glue, I would put that on a block to dry, but Solarez here, I can coat that, cure it on right away. And you'll see some of this UV, it really shows up well in the water, and UV is a new deal. When you're fishing some of these patterns, UV makes a heck of a difference. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a little bend in the shank. Come in here again with my brush. Just get them fibers all back. And there it is. It's just a really simple, slim little guy here. My favorite color is black. It's got some other colors blended in with it. And probably caught majority of our larger trout on trophy lakes with leech patterns, and this is definitely one you'll want to give a go. So we'd like to thank you again for watching on the bench. We'll catch you again on the water real soon.